Welcome back to the channel. In our last video, we tore the car apart. And we tore it apart so that we could fix the things that broke in the last race. But now, it's time to put it back together. And we'll get started right after this opener. Alright, we just got in a box from JGY. We've been waiting on this. Let's open it up and see what we got. Alright, we got our head studs and bolts, and we got our head gasket. And if you get a chance, call JGY after they're closed and listen to their answering machine. It's hilarious. JGY. Look how clean this head is. We got it back from Dover's head shop in Chattanooga. It looks good, but we need to clean up the engine a little bit. We're going to Scotch-Brite pad, scrub some of this stuff off, try to get it nice and clean, maybe vacuum out inside there, and we'll get started on that right now. Get everything cleaned up now, and then we're ready to put in the studs, and that's what we're working on now. We're trying to figure out the directions right now, so let's go see what they're doing.
Shaft bearing cap designations.
Never hurts to read the instructions.
That's the way it normally goes. You kind of cut in the middle and work it out either way.
We've got all the studs in, and now we're going to put the head gasket on.
Like a glove.
Like a glove.
Oh, you were waiting for that one?
Yep. Okay, it's time to put the head back on. Okay, everything lines up. We just need to put the nuts right on top of those bolts down in there, or the studs.
Easier said than done.
Now that we got the head back on, it's time to put in the rockers and the rocker shaft. So let's get to it. We just put some assembly lube where the cams are going to ride.
He said lube.
Now we're putting the little shims, these little spacers, shims, whatever you want to call them, on top of each valve. Next will be put the cams in. We have the assembly lube put on there now. Now we're putting on the rockers. Luckily we marked them intake and exhaust. Putting on the rockers and the rocker shafts was pretty tricky, but we did get it done. Now it's time to put in the cams, but it's getting pretty late right now, so we're going to do that at the next session. But don't go away because the next session is starting right now. All right, it's the start of our next work session. Today we want to put the valve cover back on, put the timing belt back on, the oil pan, get it all ready to put back in the car. That's probably all we're going to have time to do today, so let's go ahead and get started. What is that? Oh yeah, it's a gator. Okay, we're putting in the timing chain now. What do we got going on over here? Trying to get it lined up?
Trying to get everything lined up.
Yeah, we put some zip ties around the gears and the chain when we took it apart so that we could get it in the exact same place,
That one's lined up.
hopefully.
That one just needs...
And let's see what they're doing. Now we've got to put on the cam chain guide. Goes right here. Hope we're doing this right. If it's off by one tooth, that won't be good. Now we have to torque down the cam bolts to what now?
73 to 94 foot.
72 to 93. Nice range. Okay, we got the cam chain guide in. Right now we're putting a new stud in because the other one was bent. Did a little jam nut on there. Once we get that in there, we're going to put the tensioner in, which should apply some pressure to this and keep the chain nice and tight. We've got a slight problem here. We attempted to put the cam chain tensioner in, and in doing so, we developed this crack. So we've got a problem. We think that we might have it off by one tooth on the crank because it's real loose over here. It's real loose on this side, but really tight over here. So we're going to get a new cam chain tensioner and did a little research, see exactly where that crank should be. Unfortunately, we didn't mark where the... I don't know, it does look like it's straight up and down though. Close.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I think we get
I bet if we turned that a little bit, it would pull the... It would get the tension out of this, or put some tension on that,
Right,
and loosen it up over here.
right.
Or maybe we... No, I don't know.
If we get this right at the top dead center and get these all lined up, I think we'll be good.
Yeah, those are all lined up. Okay, you can see on here where we cracked the cam chain tensioner. Turns out we had it in upside down. We had it in like this, but it should have been like that. A little too late now. We're going to get a new cam chain tensioner. But if you look in the manual, it clearly shows that the arrow is pointing away from the head. And we didn't do that. This is a good stopping point for this video. In the next video, we'll continue working on the engine as soon as we get that part in. But we did get a new package in that we're really excited about, and we'll be opening that in the next video too. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. We'll see you in the next video.